Hi, we're eVorce, and we exist to democratize the divorce. And we want to do that so couples can create fair and sustainable divorce outcomes together. In hours instead of years. And this is something that we want to do globally. And we're going to do it by creating the world's first virtual mediation platform for divorce. I'm Andrew. I'm a strategist and a designer, and I've delivered award-winning innovation projects for some of the world's biggest companies. But I care about this because it sits at the intersection of the two things that I'm most passionate about, which is disruptive innovation and human impact. My co-founder Bill over here is a mediator and an accountant, and he spent a lot of his professional life dealing with the madness that is divorce. And so our backgrounds give us a unique perspective on this problem and a unique ability to solve it in a way that's human and scalable. We've also got a great execution team behind us. So Darren is a startup veteran, a mentor, and he's got some great support also by Jack. So why does this matter? This matters because there's 21 Australian fathers who are alive tonight who will not be alive this time next week. They'll end their own lives over child access systems. You see, how it ends matters. And anyone who's been touched by divorce in the audience tonight will know that good endings are the exception and not the rule. And one of the main reasons for that is that the divorce system is full of waste. This is the most tragic form of that waste. But unfortunately, it's just the tip of the iceberg. Divorce is too expensive. The average contested divorce consumes a third of everything that a family has. As taxpayers, we pay $100,000 for every divorce that goes through the family court. The total economic cost for divorce was $14 billion in 2014. That was up nearly 20% in 2 years. It takes too long. The average divorce takes 2 years. You've just seen the financial waste that's in divorce. But this is where the human waste starts. This is where children begin to suffer. Because the longer it takes, the harder it gets. There's 50,000 divorces in Australia every single year. We want to help those who don't want to have a fight. That's about 35,000 couples. But that's just Australia. And we look at other countries in which this solution could work. That's over 1 million divorces a year. And that doesn't even account for de facto separation. And they need good endings just as much as those who are married. So eVorce is a virtual mediator. It guides a conversation about needs, so we can talk about how we're going to look after our kids instead of who gets what, or which form we need to fill out. It then provides real-time feedback on fairness and feasibility. Now that's a game changer, because what it means is we can take a conversation that would have taken literally years, and we can collapse that down into potentially just a few hours. We can create a solution together that we both buy into. And finally, it generates documents. So we don't have to deal with the divorce system. This is not an incremental improvement. This will significantly disrupt how we do divorce for the better. And the innovations that make it possible are our unique needs-based model that we've developed, our proprietary fairness algorithm, and the feasibility calculator that's smart enough to calculate welfare system. So we look at the competitive landscape that's out there. There's plenty of people doing traditional DIY stuff, and that's not particularly interesting. But the growth and the innovation in divorce is in two different stages at the moment. First is automated efficiency. These guys are making it faster and cheaper to do this stuff. The second is mediation. That's looking at more effective, collaborative processes, and human conversations, but it requires human intervention. What we want to do is create a new category, which we call virtual divorce mediation. And that's about combining the human focus of mediation with the scalability of automated efficiency. And we're starting in divorce, but this approach and technology can apply just as well to all kinds of dispute resolutions. So obviously we wanted to make sure that we had a problem that was worth solving and a solution that solved it. So we delivered and served up over 60,000 highly targeted Facebook ads, pushing into a sign-up funnel, and we got great conversion rates. But we also got some really surprising validated learnings. The first one was that 55 plus age group emerged as a market for us, and we did not see that coming. The second was, against all current divorce statistics, males were just as likely as females to respond. So you can see how we're really starting to change the dynamic of how divorce is working. The thing we're working on now is product market fit, and how much the market will pay for this. And so again, with highly targeted Facebook ads, going into a concierge MVP at $2,000. And what we learned from this is that we can sell this at $2,000. The other thing that we learned is even though the 55 plus age group is going to be a very important market for us, they are not our early adopters. The ultimate validation for us was actually on Saturday. We were able to apply this platform to a couple who were well over a year into their separation, failed at mediation, well on the way to down the legal route. We've got 2 children. And because we took a needs-based approach, because we had real-time fairness and feasibility feedback in that conversation, they were able to come up with a way forward in just a few hours. For us, that's the real validation, and that's what really matters. So we're going to be really smart about how we bootstrap this. We're opening up a mediation lab, which we're going to use to get to product market fit properly, and to generate revenue as well with our concierge MVP. The next step for us is to sell to mediators. That's going to build a base for us and help us to get the revenue to fund our direct-to-consumer product. And that's where the real exponential growth and impact is going to lie. Our plan is to fund this on our own customer revenues. We will consider taking up to $250,000 in investment to get to market faster. This has to happen. Someone is going to disrupt this space. Let's do it here. Let's do it now. Thank you.